Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we're talking about why does numbing out create more stress over time. So by numbing out, we're talking about all the things we do. Drugs, alcohol, substances, shopping, pornography, gambling, over-exercise, over-dieting, which creates a different, more numbed out state, sleep deprivation. Why does numbing out create more stress over time? So when we numb out, and most humans have some way that they numb out, could be TV, just all the ways we just, you might say, I'm going to just take a break, and then you go do whatever your particular numb out thing is. And I do want to return. Some of you are like, well, what does that mean over dieting? Like when you're constantly on a diet or constantly on a really particular eating plan, you are kind of becoming, it's a way of numbing out from the reality of this world with all the choices, at least in many places of the world, that are available. Or if you're over-exercising, you're putting yourself into that kind of trancey state where you feel different. Anyway, just consider all those things, these popular ways that we want, if you do gaming or TV or social media all the time, again, numbing out. So we want to take a break from our real life, and so we choose the numb out, the distraction or the addiction. And then we do that, and we feel immediately better. We have a drink, we feel great, we smoke pot, we feel great. Whatever your thing is, you do it, you feel this immense, like, oh, yeah, I'm free from that stress of my life because I did this numb out activity. But what happens is the numbing out thing is just a very, very short-term solution. It might even be a solution that only lasts for like a half hour or an hour. And so the way addictions work is that then you need to go back and do that addiction more, and then you need more, and you develop a tolerance. And pretty soon you're spending so much time in your numbing out activity, whatever that is for you, that you forget that the rest of the universe is out there. Your numbing out activity becomes this compulsion because you want to feel better. We all want to feel better, of course. That's the human thing. We want to feel better, and substances and all these numbing out agents make you feel better right away, whether it's from adrenaline or chemical change or whatever's working on you. But what happens is then we want more of it. We want to, like we're like the rat in the cage wanting the next pellet. And then we want more, and then we want more. And pretty soon we get really trapped. We get really trapped by this thing that once gave us so much pleasure. Now, you can be judgmental. Oh, it's not healthy, or oh, that's morally wrong, but the truth is that whatever that numbing out agent was for us, we each have our own preference, gave us so much pleasure. I want to add to the list, I'm a little bit non-linear in my discussion today, but I want to add to this the shopping or the collecting of things. People, you go to someone's house and they collect bluebirds, and you're like, wow, there's like 3,000 bluebirds here. And I'm sure that the very first bluebird that person found or discovered, the little figurine, gave them so much joy. It was literally the bluebird of happiness for them. And then they got another. and then another, and then suddenly now they're trapped in this house of 3,000 bluebirds, and every time somebody comes to see them, they bring them another bluebird, and the numbing out thing, the thing that was meant to bring them joy, the thing that was meant to give them that little jolt of joy and peace and connection, it doesn't work anymore. In fact, it's become their trap. Or say now that cannabis, I'm here in Oregon State. A lot of states now have legal, and so the person goes and gets some pot and they have it and they feel amazing, they feel enlightened, so they have more, and then over time they realize it's like my whole life is smoking pot. I don't know how old you are listening or where you grew up, but in America, for many decades, this has been what people have been doing. And then suddenly they wake up and they're, 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or even 80, and they're like, I just spent my whole life, I smoked pot, and I numbed out my whole life. And now I don't know how to get out of that. I'm not picking on bluebirds or pot, I'm just using those as examples. Lots of things. So numbing out creates more stress over time because it doesn't allow you to do the things that actually do bring you peace and joy and contentment and meaning. And the things that are going to bring you meaning are, we've been talking about accessing this state of being, and then looking out, which we're going to talk about soon, this idea of the soul's calling, what you're here to do. This being in a state of being and doing from the place of your soul's calling. Both of these soul activities instead of the body just trying to find relief and numb out so that all the thoughts and emotions will be still. We're going to talk more about this. I want to read a little bit from the book first to kind of close this down. This taste of bliss, this glimpse of oneness, it becomes the feeling you seek. This taste of bliss, this glimpse of oneness. This is what you seek. You realize that the drinking and drugs and food and porn and sex and shopping and gaming and internet and media and drama and overwork and overachievement and busyness and fame and money and all the other obsessions and addictions you depend on to get you through the day, they no longer work. Nothing compares to this soul sense. Nothing compares to entering this bliss state when you feel everything, every little thing. We are working from the book, Messages from the Divine. We just finished lesson 21. There are 66 total. Stay with me as we work on this series. I'm Sarah Wiseman, and you'll find me at sarahwiseman.com.